Heat forward Jimmy Butler suspended again, this time 2 games for missing team flight. Miami suspended Butler for 7 games earlier this month, costing him more than $2 million in salary. What's up, NBA fans? Welcome back to the channel. We've got some big news coming out of Miami today, where the Heat have suspended star forward Jimmy Butler for the 2nd time in just a few weeks. So, what's going on with Butler and the Heat? Is this the beginning of the end of his time in Miami? Let's break it all down. Jimmy Butler has been suspended for 2 games by the Miami Heat for missing the team's flight to Milwaukee earlier this week. The Heat released a statement citing a continued pattern of disregard for team rules, insubordinate conduct, and conduct detrimental to the team. This suspension comes just weeks after Butler was handed a 7-game suspension earlier this month for similar issues. Butler's suspension for the next 2 games means he won't be available for the Heat's matchup with the Bucks on Thursday and their game against Brooklyn on Saturday. The earliest Butler could play again would be Monday, when Miami hosts Orlando, assuming, of course, he's still with the team. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Butler has reportedly told the Heat that he wants a trade. Now, while he hasn't made this demand public, because doing so could result in a fine up to $150,000, it's clear this relationship has been heading towards a breakup. The Heat acknowledged his trade request when they suspended him earlier this month, and they said they'd work to accommodate him. Now, Butler's time in Miami has been full of ups and downs, but things really started to fall apart recently. One of the biggest issues? Money. Butler's eligible for a 2-year, $113 million extension, but the Heat haven't offered him that deal. And with him missing about 25% of the team's games since 2019, it's clear why Miami has been hesitant. There's also been tension in the locker room. Butler's not been happy with his role in the Heat's offense, and he's made his feelings known by distancing himself from the team. He didn't participate in the usual introductions for Heat starters during the last few games, and there have been moments where he's been seen sitting alone on the bench, disengaged from the huddle. Butler's frustration seems to be growing. He even said, "There was a lot said by everybody, except for me, to tell you the truth," hinting at some deeper issues behind the scenes. So, what does this mean for his future in Miami? Well, with the NBA trade deadline looming on February 6th, the pressure is building. Butler could very well be on the move soon, and teams are already circling. One team that's been linked to him for a while is the Phoenix Suns. In fact, just yesterday, Phoenix swung a deal with the Utah Jazz to acquire 3 first-round picks, which could be used in a trade for Butler. But any deal involving Butler would likely require multiple teams to make the salary match and get the right assets in place. And if you've been paying attention, you'll know Butler's been giving us some clues about where he might end up. During games in December, Butler was spotted wearing shoes that seemed to match the Phoenix Suns' color scheme. It's safe to say the Suns are very much in the mix. So, what's next for Jimmy Butler? Will he get his wish and be traded to a contender before the deadline? Or will he finish the season in Miami despite all the tension? It's a situation that's definitely worth watching as we get closer to February 6th. What do you think, though? Does Jimmy Butler's time in Miami have an expiration date? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are the Heat better off moving him or making peace with his demands? And if you think Butler will be traded, where do you think he's headed? Let me know. Thanks for tuning in to this NBA update. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the latest news as we approach the trade deadline. Until next time, I'm Host's Name, and I'll see you in the next video.